We'll go ahead and get the meeting started. It's March 2nd, 2021. It's now 6:31 p.m. Cherish, if I can have you call roll.
Absolutely. Good evening. Magistrate Coldiron,
Present.
Magistrate Riley,
Present.
Magistrate Humphreys,
Present.
and Judge Executive Chuck Dills.
Present. Item number 3 on the agenda, approve of minutes for February 19th, 2021.
Having previously read the minutes from February meeting, I'll make a motion we approve.
I second.
Motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Codar. All in favor by saying aye, raise your right hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving down to number 4, fiscal matters. We have item A, approve claims drawn on the general fund, road fund, the jail fund, along with all transfers presented.
I make a motion this evening to pay the claims presented against the jail fund, road fund, and general fund dated March 2nd, 2021, along with
I'll
the
second.
transfers as requested.
I'll second.
But I didn't see any. What were there?
Yes.
Transfers? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay, proceed.
Motion by Magistrate Riley, a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye, raise your right hand.
Aye.
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 All in favor, motion carries. Moving down to old business, we don't have any present nor new business. So we'll move down to item 7, reports. You all have in front of you the treasurer's report, the animal shelter report, road supervisor's report. We just got it late. Hopefully everyone had a chance to look at it. And they've been very busy with between the ice, the snow, the flooding, dealing with the low water bridges. So it's been very active. Also, we've got some damage on the roadway at the park. Just to let you all know, we had to close the gate to the park 4 days ago until the county road barn can get off of what they're doing with the flooding and so on, so they can do some repair to the road. I was concerned somebody's vehicle would drag and cause damage, so elected to go ahead and just shut the gate and lock it. As soon as they get a couple patchworks done temporarily, we'll get the gates back open. Moving down to, you got the building inspector's report. Moving down to jailer, he currently has 38 county inmates and 175 state inmates, a total of 213 inmates. Don't have anything currently with the sheriff's reports. Moving down to judge report, and I know that the emails went out that training's coming up next month, and if you're planning to attend either one of the session 1 or session 2, probably go on and get it in because it'll probably start filling up quickly. It'll be the first time we've gone in person in over a year or going on a year, so go on and get that in. Other than that, I'll move down to magistrate's reports. Magistrate Humphrey?
Nothing in District 3 other than the park, which I'd sent the email out on that road. It is just absolutely horrible. So we got our work cut out ahead for us on that. Our county attorney, Steve Bates, are you here tonight?
I am.
Quick question for you. I've been getting an email from Mr. Miles concerning the enforcement of all this code enforcement and all, saying that, that he's not really doing anything because the courts aren't doing anything. Are the courts opening up any?
The latest Supreme Court order appears to be directing toward a June. I mean, that's not expressed in there. It says that there's going to be resuming some court operations April 1st, with the clerk's office returning May 1st, and everything in the order, as I read it, points toward a June reopening of the court system, i.e. people walking back into the courtroom. I will tell you that I am not a fan of conducting court business via Zoom. In fact, I've had experiences with trials that it's just not a good way to do it. So
No.
with that being said, with these type of issues, such as cleaning up properties, stuff, those, which is what we're discussing here, I do not feel like Zoom is the appropriate method to address those types of issues, namely because if I'm going to have to show pictures of properties to either the judge or a jury or whatever the case may be, Zoom is just not the proper forum. So I would hope that June is the date. I can't say that because it's not an official Supreme Court order, but everything I'm reading points toward a June reopening in some capacity.
Good. Okay. Thank you. I totally agree. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, the other thing that has been successful in the interim and as of the last month or two, Brian and Becky have continued to do letters and phone calls and those types of things, because I've engaged with them directly on a few properties in District 1. So I know that part has kind of resumed on our behalf.
Okay. I'll tell you, we get reports from the building inspector and the jail and the sheriff and so forth. I don't know how the others feel, but I wouldn't mind seeing a monthly report from Mr. Miles and maybe the planning and zoning through Becky, especially this ongoing process that we have going now.
Okay. I'll mention both of them to put together some sort of reporting.
Yeah, that would keep us all on track there. That's it. That's all I have.
And they have that, Judge Dills, they have our running Excel roster of opportunity areas or concerns. So that could easily, I think, Roger, be added monthly to keep us on track.
That would be great.
Well, just to add to that, Cherish has been working with a company on some software for the building inspector that actually will link planning and zoning into it also.
Good.
We may be able to do code enforcement through it. So it's going to be a whole lot easier of tracking. People's going to be able to send their plans to their house instead of having to make all these copies that cost a lot of money. It can be downloaded straight to the software. So
How soon will we be getting that?
soon.
Okay. That's it. That's great to be doing electronic uploads of files from an attachment standpoint. I didn't realize that was also going to be available in that program. That's awesome.
Yes. Well, he'll be able to take pictures of the site and actually come back, download them straight up, be able to track everything, keep everything electronically, where they're not keeping all these paper bins with plans for years and years.
Good.
For the cleanup.
Magistrate Humphrey, if I could just briefly about that report, the only thing I would add is that once the case has come to my office and we're actually initiated the complaint process, I wouldn't want to have any discussions in this unless it was in executive session. I have to look at some law on that too, but I don't know that I want to have open discussions about ongoing court cases before they've actually been adjudicated either to a judge or jury. And I think you understand how that would work.
Absolutely.
So just as we discuss that, I think that needs to be vetted a little bit more before we jump too far into that reporting process.
Sure.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Jacqueline, do you have anything?
Just a lot going on, I think, with the weather. And as we saw with the bills, over $75,000 spent on salt this last month, which I know that there may be the opportunity to seek some reimbursement, through FEMA and the declaration that's been made. And I definitely think us continuing to have open communications with the road department as we filled several constituents' inquiries with potholes and just asking folks to be patient as we await spring to come and, the asphalt plants to reopen. As Roger attested, what's even happened with the county asset and the roads. I think that, for the past 3.5 weeks of very harsh weather that we haven't witnessed in probably a few decades, we will have a lot of work on our hands to do. So just asking for patience. The road committee did meet last week, and we meet on a monthly basis. We're probably going to start meeting a little bit more frequently just because the volume of work from small projects, culverts, to a few projects that we can get submitted for like reimbursement, possibly from emergency, or the 80,000 that's available annually for bridge repair. Shauna and I just feel like we've talked a lot month after month, and now need to get to the mode of scheduling these projects as spring comes on. And so we'll likely be meeting more than every 30 days just to make some further progress.
Okay. Shauna?
On Monday, we did meet with EAD District. It's like a quarterly meeting that we have to review some of the projects in Grant County at the state level. Basically, it looks like there's about 7 projects, which there was no updates on any of those, except for they'll be closing out the Highway 22, 3 of those bridge projects because they are complete now. They've also got a design ongoing that is actually administered out of the central office, but it's to perform some low-cost safety improvements on US 25 between, it's the Dry Ridge Bypass to Northern Kentucky 491 Gardnersville Road. As I say, it's a design process, it's ongoing. Some of the stuff, we reiterate each month after month, and it takes a long time for any action to come. So I don't want to give a false impression that it's something you're going to do tomorrow, but just to let the public know that we do keep up with that and do meet with the ad district continually on these to watch what's going on. I don't know have you heard anything else, Judge, on House Bill 561 on the increase on the road fund?
No, it's been introduced and it's going through some of the process. I don't know how much support it has or doesn't have. It's sort of unknown right at the moment.
And pretty soon, do you know when the state is going to be coming through with, I know about this time of year, they meet with us on what they're going to be using on the state roads as far as blacktopping and that situation. Is he ready to meet pretty soon?
No, I haven't received a call from him. Normally it's February 1st of March.
That's what I thought too, and I
So,
just hadn't heard anything.
I'll reach out to Jerry Keith and see if they've heard anything. I know that
Okay.
they're running a month or 2 months behind.
Yes, and I'm sure with all this flooding and everything, it's going to be, a little bit tedious too. So
It's gonna be tight.
I know it is. I do encourage the public that, with all the flooding, if you see any, riffraff or things along the side of the creeks, just to let us know so we can, ongoing cleanup of that. That's all I have.
Okay. With that being said, we'll move down to item number 8, citizens address. If anyone from the audience has anything they want to address the court with. If not, before I adjourn, just want to remind everybody, March 16th is our next meeting. And then at 6:15, we'll be holding a public hearing for the utilities grant that will pass through the fiscal court. So it'll be on the same Zoom link, starting at 6:15. And then as soon as that's over, we'll proceed into our fiscal court meeting. So with that said, I need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. I'm going to say that Shauna made the motion to adjourn and that Roger seconded that motion.
Sounds good.
All in favor of saying aye, raise your right hand.
Hi.
All in favor? Motion carries. We'll now be adjourned. You'll have a good night.
All
Y'all
right.
too.
You too.